What was Luke's hidden potential? Luke was still he yes. Our friend Obi-Wan Kenobi set Luke upon the path of power, but it was Yoda who set him upon the path of wisdom and peace. And he did that through meditation. By definition, potential is not seen with the naked eye. You could pick up a little teeny dark brown apple seed, but it's really tough to see the tree it could become. It's just a small thing with a pointy tip. Likewise, in each of us, there are talents heretofore untapped, which, when accessed and then eventually mastered, can enhance the course of our life. One of those potentials is our enlightened potential, or our Buddha nature. Now, yes, we are living in the Silicon Age and we have all kinds of really cool imaging devices. But 26 centuries ago, they did not. And so they referred not to the sympathetic nervous system, which holds the potential for our mindfulness. They referred not to our parasympathetic nervous system that held the potential for our meditation, nor do they refer to the anterior cingulate gyrus, the seat of empathy. They simply use the phrase Buddha nature, or if you like, Sanskrit, Tathagata. It's one thing to learn these weird vocabulary words, but how do we actualize them? Not just intellectually, but viscerally. Let's begin with brass tacks, with mindfulness. Every time we inhale, whether we know it or not, we access our sympathetic nervous system, ensconced not within the brain, but within the spinal cord, specifically within the thoracic region corresponding to our rib cage. When we access it, it does not help us to actively concentrate. Actually, it helps us with the opposite of that. It helps us to simply perceive, and to do so vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. If you've ever felt a calling towards vulnerability and spontaneity, that is your sympathetic nervous system. Additionally, if we have hidden talents, this is the mechanism that unearths them, sometimes as interests or fixations or delights. We're wired to perceive many things, including sights, sounds, sensations, flavors, scents, and the like. We're wired to emote, intend, reason, recall, and imagine. Don't let a dim bulb tell you that if you're truly spiritual, you'll never have a memory and you'll never have an emotion. The Buddha taught that the first of 7 enlightenment factors is mindfulness. And if someone tries to tell you that if you notice things other than this present moment, you're not going to be a Buddha, they're sadly mistaken. In fact, there can be no enlightenment without a monkey mind, replete with the flinging of poo. So now that we've identified the potential, how do we unleash that potential? How do we get out of our own way? In a word, meditation. Every time we exhale, whether we know it or not, we access our parasympathetic nervous system, ensconced not within the 3-pound hunk of meat between our ears called a brain, but also in our spinal cord. in both the lower lumbar region and the higher cervical region. It's wired so that during each exhalation, we can physically relax and mentally release. It is this awareness and release that facilitates that soothes the fearful and aggressive underbrain and lights up the empathetic part of the brain known as the anterior cingulate gyrus. It is this mechanism of releasing and relaxing that helps us to get out of our own way, that helps us to dodge the endless barrage of what ifs that could keep us stuck on Tatooine, like Luke, who was resistant to join on old Ben's adventure. I look forward to beginning our chanting and meditation together after approximately 30 to 40 seconds of housekeeping. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years. I feel like I'm forgetting a word. But anyway, for more than 30 years, every day I would spend more than 8 hours. There we go. I spent more than 8 hours every day for the last 30 years studying and practicing and reverse engineering each teaching and technique of each school of Buddhism so that you wouldn't have to. I play the Yoda to your Luke Skywalker so that you can quickly and easily become the person that your dog already thinks you are. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. Our practice text today is the Ter Sar Ngondro, composed in the 1800s by Dojum Lingpa, translated under the supervision in the 20th century by Chagdud Tulku, adapted and amplified by this bloke right here. So we have 4 categories of exercises. The first one is Anu Yoga. It's energy work. So let's begin by placing our hands in the puckered palm position overhead. Oh, Marshal Lama, please come to this crown. Oh, infallible, constant protector who knows all Dharma things. Oh, Marshal Lama, please come to this crown. Oh, infallible, constant protector who knows all Dharma things. Oh, Marshal Lama, please come to this crown. Oh, infallible, constant protector who knows all Dharma things. We're going to start with 2 metaphoric training wheels. They are clunky, but they help us to get a good start. As we breathe in, we could silently and mentally recite perceiving this very turbulent play of mind. And as we exhale, we could silently and mentally recite relaxing into mind's non-graspable nature. So our mind is wired to be playful, to notice the things that we mentioned during the opening lesson. Due to the poignancy of mindfulness and meditation, we do not have to actively contemplate. It's enough to simply chant a contemplation and then relax and let the subconscious do the heavy lifting. We begin with the first sutra recitation, which is the second category of techniques we're going to play with today. The first sutra recitation are precious human life, which nurtures our joyful enthusiasm, which is the sixth fold of the Buddha's eightfold path. Together. This time, place your puckered palm before your sternum. It is extremely difficult to find such freedom and opportunities as we have. It is extremely difficult to find such freedom and opportunities as we have. It is extremely difficult to find such freedom and opportunities as we have. Now let us remove the first of two metaphoric training wheels and switch from a 12-syllable meditation to its 3-syllable counterpart. As we breathe in, we could silently and mentally recite "notice this," and as we exhale, we could silently and mentally recite "relaxing." So 9 times out of 10, this basic exercise, notice this relaxing, works just fine. Sometimes, folks, just sometimes, it feels like our mind is beating us up like a bully, grabbing us by the lapel and shaking us like a French au pair. So when that happens, we play with 1 of 10 labels. These labels are designed to repress the experience or change the experience. They're designed to harness the experience. The same way a water wheel can harness the kinetic energy of a stream. For instance, right now my heart's kind of going fast. So because I'm having an issue with my autism, there's something called profound demand for autonomy, which is exacerbated for me when going to the doctors because I've encountered a lot of very insensitive medical staff who refuse to accommodate my disabilities. So having my autism triggered, that is an excellent opportunity to capture that energy and apply that energy to meditation as if it was turning the gears and cams of the imaginary meditation machine. So, for instance, as I breathe in, I could silently and mentally recite emotion. And as I exhale, I could silently and mentally recite relaxing. Not all sensations are emotional, some are physical. Sensation, relaxing. And although I'm playing with labels, I'm not concentrating. I'm letting my mind do what it wants to do. I'm just going along for the ride. Perhaps like a ringside commentator at a wrestling match. We come to the second sutra recitation of impermanence, the key to the wisdom of letting go, the first fold of the Buddha's eightfold path. Remember, enlightenment. So liberation, it could be said, is simply walking the eightfold path. And enlightenment is mastering the eightfold path, getting so good at the Buddha's eightfold path that we practice it spontaneously, habitually, easily, and effectively. Being impermanent, everyone who was born will die. Being impermanent, everyone who was born will die. Being impermanent, everyone who was born will die. Removing the second of two metaphoric training wheels, which is a fancy way of saying we're going from the three-syllable paradigm down to the one-syllable paradigm. And as you may imagine, doing so requires a bit of the old artistic, poetic license. As we inhale, we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this, and as we exhale, we could silently and mentally recite the monosyllabic verb ease, which functions as a synonym of relax. When we become aware of physical sensations, we could silently and mentally recite the label form. When we become aware of emotions, we can silently and mentally recite the label feel. When we become aware of memories, we could silently and mentally recite the preposition then. And when we are aware that we are imagining, we could silently and mentally recite the verb dream. This brings us to the third sutra recitation of interdependence, a key to wishing love's second fold of the Eightfold Path. The results of all virtuous and harmful actions are inevitable. We have the tremendous privilege of being able to affect others. We have two hands. We can use them to shove, or we can use them to hug. The results of our virtuous and harmful actions are inevitable. The results of our virtuous and harmful actions are inevitable. There are many foolish teachers who try to tell you should feel like you don't exist. That's perfectly appropriate while you're relaxing into your exhalation. But the opposite should occur when you breathe in. You should feel like you're fully inhabiting the present moment experience. Whether it's external or internal, physical or mental, pleasurable or painful, interesting or boring, glorious or grotesque, oh, well, there you go. We come to the fourth sutra recitation of stress, a key to compassion, the second fold of the Eightfold Path. By being honest with how we feel about the stressors in our life can increase our enthusiasm to free others from the tyranny of their stressors. Let's chant. The three realms we experience as some sort of cycle or like a notion of suffering. The three realms we experience as some sort of cycle or like a notion of suffering. The three realms we experience as some sort of cycle or like a notion of suffering. We come to the fifth sutra recitation pertaining to supplication, a key to enthusiasm, the sixth fold of the Eightfold Path. Remembering this, may my mind turn toward Dharma. Remembering this, may my mind turn toward Dharma. Remembering this, may my mind turn toward Dharma. We come to the sixth sutra recitation of seeking refuge, a key to right enthusiasm's sixth fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. From now until I reach a very heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama who embodies the three jewels. So a Lama is simply someone who is not only practiced emulating the Buddha's example, applying the Buddha's instructions, and relying upon the Buddha's students, but he has mastered that to the point where he becomes our example of how to do that. From now until I reach a very heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama who embodies the three jewels. From now until I reach a very heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama who embodies the three jewels. We come to the 8th sutra recitation of generating conventional bodhicitta, or mindset of enlightenment, which is right intention's second fold of the Eightfold Path. From now until samsara is indeed may I bring about benefit and happiness for all beings as if they have each been my kind mothers. From now until samsara is indeed may I bring about benefit and happiness for all beings as if they have each been my kind mothers. From now until samsara is indeed may I bring about benefit and happiness for all beings as if they have each been my kind mothers. So this is important. We don't want to be like Eric Cartman. Good grief. We don't want to be like Eric Cartman from South Park. Screw you guys, I'm going home. We don't want to be selfish bastards. We want to allow ourselves to be the empathetic people that we were born to be because of the nature of our neural anatomy. We come to Tantra's mandala offering, training, and generosity's kindness of communication, conduct, and commerce, the third, fourth, and fifth folds of the Eightfold Path. To perfect the two accumulations, I offer the body's wealth and splendor of all my lives to the three jewels. The three jewels would be metaphors describing the Buddha's example, the Buddha's instructions, and the Buddha's students. To perfect the two accumulations, I offer the body's wealth and splendor of all my lives to the three jewels. To perfect the two accumulations, I offer the body's wealth and splendor of all my lives to the three jewels. And of course, every time we practice silent meditation, that is the Ati Yoga Tantra of the seventh and eighth folds of the Eightfold Path. And so by this point, we've mentioned each facet of the path, keeping no secrets. So if, like me, sometimes your scalp itches, that would be form, ease. We return to Anu Yoga Tantra's energy work. It's white, and white reminds us of a fluffy cumulus cloud in the sky overhead. Hence, we place our puckered palms overhead. Dorje Sampa, inseparable from my Lama, is above the crown of my head. Nectar flows from him, purifying my obscurations. Om Vajra Sattva Hum. Dorje Sampa, inseparable from my Lama, is above the crown of my head. Nectar flows from him, purifying my obscurations. Om Vajra Sattva Hum. Dorje Sampa, inseparable from my Lama, is above the crown of my head. Nectar flows from him, purifying my obscurations. Om Vajra Sattva Hum. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever we notice during our previous inhalation could feel as not graspable as a vast empty void. Like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although compelling to the eye, is not graspable to the hand. We play now with the wisdom of letting go's Mahayoga Tantra, the first vision's mantra contemplation, wherein we leapfrog over circumstantial clinging. This Mahayoga Tantra is mantra contemplation. So we have energy work, mantra contemplation, sutra contemplation, and meditation. How is it that as we inhale, all calm and lots of circumstances could appear quite vivid? Yet as we relax into a purifying exhalation, they could feel as not graspable as a real or imagined paradise or vati of light. So this was a long rhetorical question. As we inhale, we were going to recite its little brother, the short rhetorical question. Same idea, just very concise. As we exhale, we're going to physically relax as best we can while chanting this 6-syllable mantra. Om Vajra Sattva Hum, Om Vajra Sattva Hum, Om Vajra Sattva Hum, Om Vajra Sattva Hum. Om Vajra Sattva Hum, Om Vajra Sattva Hum, Om Vajra Sattva Hum, Om Vajra Sattva Hum. Om Vajra Sattva Hum, Om Vajra Sattva Hum, Om Vajra Sattva Hum, Om Vajra Sattva Hum. Vajra Sarva Vajra Sarva Vajra Sarva Vajra Sarva. How is it that as we inhale, all common bodies or forms could feel quite sensual? Yet as we relax into our purifying exhalation, they could feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined archetype or yadam of light. Vajra Sarva Vajra Sarva Vajra Sarva Vajra Sarva. 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 How is it that as we inhale the interpersonal experience of common communication, all speech could be quite resounding? Yet as we relax into our purifying exhalation, it could feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined mantra of light. Vajra Sarva Vajra Sarva Vajra Sarva Vajra Sarva. Om Vajra Sattva Hum Om Vajra Sattva Hum Om Vajra Sattva Hum Om Vajra Sattva Hum. Om Vajra Sattva Hum Om Vajra Sattva Hum Om Vajra Sattva Hum Om Vajra Sattva Hum. How is it that as we inhale we could miss these minds' common functions clearly? Yet as we relax into a purifying exhalation, they could feel as non-graspable, as a real or imagined seed suitable whom of light. Om Vajra Sattva Om Vajra Sattva Om Vajra Sattva Om Vajra Sattva Om. Om Vajra Sattva Om Vajra Sattva Om Vajra Sattva Om Vajra Sattva Om. Om Vajra Sattva Om Vajra Sattva Om Vajra Sattva Om Vajra Sattva Om. Om Vajra Sattva Om Vajra Sattva Om Vajra Sattva Om Vajra Sattva Om. Record palms before your sternum. Dissolving into light, time and mind, mother and father blend with me, an experience of heart's oneness. Dissolving into light, time and mind, mother and father dissolve into me, an experience of heart's oneness. Dissolving into light, time and mind, mother and father blend with me, an experience of heart's oneness. Puckered palms overhead. How when my leg dorje shore in the sky in front of me, my rude Lama could appear in the form of Padmakara. So, how are we like Dorje Naljor or Vajrayogini? Well, clearly, we're not comprised of red, non-graspable light, but light, just as her experience of a pure land is comprised, just as she experiences her environment as a paradise comprised of light, we experience our environment as appearing yet non-graspable, just as she experiences her body as comprised of light. We experience our bodies as sensual yet non-graspable, just as she experiences her relationships as being like a mantra. We experience our experience of the interpersonal is resounding yet non-graspable, just as she experiences her mind as a mustard seed-sized syllable at her heart. We, comprised also of light, we experience mind as clear and lucid yet non-graspable. So that is how we're like Dorje Naljor. How in my leg Dorje Naljor in the sky in front of me, my rude Lama could appear in the form of Padmakara. How in my leg Dorje Naljor in the sky in front of me, my rude Lama could appear in the form of Padmakara. Embodiment of all Buddhas of the three times most excellent Rude Lama, I pray to you. Embodiment of all Buddhas of the three times most excellent Rude Lama, I pray to you. Embodiment of all Buddhas of the three times most excellent Rude Lama, I pray to you. Hold me with your compassion in this and future lives, and in the Buddha bless me always throughout the three times. Hold me with your compassion in this and future lives, and in the Buddha bless me always throughout the three times. Hold me with your compassion in this and future lives, and in the Buddha bless me always throughout the three times. Now we play with loves. Mahayoga Tantra mantra contemplation, beginning by leaping over circumstantial competition and landing in compassionate cooperation. Let's place our puckered palms before our sternum. May all circumstances, all lots of all beings now have the safety, good fortune, or boon, as a Buddha's real or imagined paradise, pure land or Vati. Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmazini Hum. Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Hum. Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Hum. Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Hum. May all bodies of all beings know and show the beautiful, healthy pictured in Buddhist thought of the blissful body of a yidam of floor and archetype of enlightenment. Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Umahum Vajara Guru Manmaziri Hum. Guru Mamaziri, Guru Mamaziri, Guru Mamaziri, Guru Mamaziri. Guru Mamaziri, Guru Mamaziri, Guru Mamaziri, Guru Mamaziri. Guru Mamaziri, Guru Mamaziri, Guru Mamaziri, Guru Mamaziri. May all relationships of all beings know me as living and joyful as a real or imagined Buddhist communications symbolized by this 12-syllable mantra. Guru Mamaziri, Guru Mamaziri, Guru Mamaziri, Guru Mamaziri. 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 May all minds of all beings know me as wise and peaceful as the mind of a Buddha of laws and lies by a one cerebral seed Bisham mantra or declare drop. Om Vajra Guru Manmaziri 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 May I receive all the blessings and empowerments of enlightened form, speech, and mind. May I receive all the blessings and empowerments of enlightened form, speech, and mind. May I receive all the blessings and empowerments of enlightened form, speech, and mind. Please place your puckered palms overhead. Benzo Guru Kaya Wakati Tasiri Hum. Please fold your hands palms up in your lap. Benzo Guru Kaya Wakati Tasiri Hum. Please place your puckered palms before your throat. Benzo Guru Kaya Wakati Tasiri Hum. Please place the center of your left palm over your navel. Please place the center of your right palm over that. Benzo Guru Kaya Wakati Tasiri Hum. Please suspend your puckered palms before your sternum. Benzo Guru Kaya Wakati Tasiri Hum. The Lama dissolves into light and blends with me in our heart's inseparability. I behold the true face of the ultimate Lama, the union of spontaneous awareness and emptiness. The Lama dissolves into light and blends with me in our heart's inseparability. I behold the true face of the ultimate Lama, the true union of spontaneous awareness and emptiness. The Lama dissolves into light and blends with me in our heart's inseparability. I behold the true face of the ultimate Lama, the union of spontaneous awareness and emptiness. I pray to thee, protector, Amitabha, bless me that I may master the profound power. Faith. I pray to thee, protector, Amitabha, bless me that I may master the profound path of Pawa. Faith. I pray to thee, protector, Amitabha, bless me that I may master the profound path of Pawa. Faith. We come to Tantra's Cho Slicing Offering, training in generosity's kindness of communication, conduct, and commerce, the third, fourth, and fifth folds of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. I now give my body, wealth, and virtuous qualities wholeheartedly to all beings as if they had each been my kind mothers. I now give my body, wealth, and virtuous qualities wholeheartedly to all beings as if they had each been my kind mothers. I now give my body, wealth, and virtuous qualities wholeheartedly to all beings as if they had each been my kind mothers. Let's conclude with a bit of the old love. Without hindrance may I ensure enormous benefit for all beings. Without hindrance may I ensure enormous benefit for all beings. Without hindrance may I ensure enormous benefit for all beings. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 10 1/4 hours, I would very much like to return to lead today's evening meditation class and group practice, health permitting. For today is going to be a big day, medically speaking, and we'll just have to see how the dice roll. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.